Let me tell you a story of how the cross and what it symbolizes almost never happened. People believed that their life could end at any moment. Our religious teachers have instructed us to be ready to die any day. Are we preconditioned to die? Has something happened that makes it easier to eliminate humanity without resistance? Being the son of a minister, I didn't like church until I saw, through my sister's murder, the cross that's so popular almost never happened. Prepared for church every Sunday with my siblings, even with my sister, whose days were numbered much shorter than ours, I resisted church until murdered. At the appointed time, my sister was gone. Therefore, I rebelled against God. I even read the Bible to find imperfections in the life of Jesus, only to find out through years of sifting, Jesus was sifting me. This Jesus is the pinnacle of the Bible. Whether you know this or not, the pinnacle in the life of Jesus is not all the healing miracles, maybe not even the crucifixion and resurrection. God healed and raised people from the dead before Jesus. Will you believe it if I tell you the pinnacle in the life of Jesus is how he willfully overcame murder 3 times before he died? If he would have died in any of those attempts, there would be no crucifixion. Let that sink in. If he would have died in any of those attempts, there would be no crucifixion. Lazarus would still be dead, and by whose stripes would we be healed? Save yourself, they mocked him during his execution. But in Luke chapter 4, verse 30, he did save himself the first time he spoke in his hometown. I'm paraphrasing. When the people heard the words of Jesus, they were filled with wrath. They took him to a cliff to throw him off head first. Then he passed through the midst of them and went his way. If he was born to die, why did he save himself? You obviously know the greatest threat to a human's life is death. If you were introduced to Jesus, knowing that he overcame, quite literally, being in the grasp of murder 5 minutes into his ministry, how would your life change? Please reference Luke chapter 4, verse 30, the first time I found this. The second time was John chapter 8, verse 59. And then lastly, John chapter 10, verse 39, where after being surrounded by people ready to reduce him to a pile of stones, he escapes? I never knew there was such a protection package in God's benefit plan. I found these things during my study trying to become an atheist. I began healing from the trauma of standing over my sister's pool of blood-soaked pictures, stuffed animals, streaks from the blood-soaked murder weapon sprayed against the wall as it went back and forth, blow by blow. I went from this to understanding that Jesus overcame murder 3 times in 3 years to end his purpose perfectly. But how? It wasn't enough for me to realize he did this miracle. I had to know how, which is what I'm going to show you next. Brace yourself. To my knowledge, what you're about to hear has never been said. Let's begin by combining scriptures to understand the formula Jesus used to be visibly invisible. John 10, verse 10, New International Version. The thief, Satan, comes only to kill, steal, and destroy. When my sister was killed, she was stolen from me, so killing is stealing. If you were to destroy something of mine, essentially, you'd be stealing it from me. Let's just say then, Satan can only steal. Therefore, the only things Satan is authorized to possess are things that he has stolen. The second verse, Luke 17, verse 33. Whoever seeks to preserve his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life will keep it. The crucial factor in this equation is when Jesus asks us to lose or give our life as he did daily. Whoever gives his life will keep it. There's a hidden message in his words. Maybe this question reveals it to you. Can a thief steal what's been given? Can a thief, who's only authorized to steal something that has already been designated as given? Checkmate. Absolutely not. The gift actually becomes visible to the eye, but invisible to destruction. This is how Jesus overcame being murdered, that could walk around visibly invisible. He lived a life of giving daily. When the thief came to steal, he couldn't steal what was already given. And now you can do the same. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the hidden formula of the universe. You are now visibly invisible. Remember, what's given can't be stolen.